With a sense of the dramatic, Rolls-Royce has unveiled its new two-door coupe at the Geneva Auto Show. It's the Wraith, and it was worth the wait. I'm Michelle Rahal with the Drive Channel and thedrivechannel.com. Rolls-Royce calls this new class of modern Rolls a gentleman's Gran Turismo. Well, indeed it is. This new model represents everything that Rolls-Royce wanted to present to the buyer looking for something sleeker and more modern in its presentation. Well, it's achieved that. 600 horsepower from its V12 engine is coupled to its 8-speed transmission, and it isn't a mere transmission. It's known as a satellite-aided transmission, and what that means is that this car actually anticipates the road ahead with GPS tracking and automatically adjusts the gears to take advantage of the terrain.
Satellite-aided transmission is completely new. It's a way to see what comes in the future. What would the satellite-aided transmission do on the Nürburgring? There are a lot of curves behind each other, yeah? GPS says this car is at the moment here, in front of the car is a curve. And now the system knows exactly what will follow. It knows what is the next curve and the next curve. And then it says, okay, don't shift up, shift down. And you always will have the right gear for these curves. It will make it exactly as a professional driver would do it. And that's absolutely revolutionary.
The connectivity doesn't stop there. This new Rolls interacts with the drive much like a valet. One touch on the steering wheel and voice commands become very, very real. No more pushing buttons. If you want to go to Burn's Steakhouse in Tampa, just say it. It finds it for you, and it gets there faster than you thought a car this size and weight should. 0 to 60 in 4.4 seconds.
Wraith is all about power. It's the fastest Rolls-Royce to date, and it all starts at the front. This fantastic offset vertical grille. There's this lovely sense of foreboding. As we move around to the side of the car, we have this lovely expressive line from the coach doors that's linked to the side window graphic that pulls the wheels together so nicely. As we come round to the rear, it really has a very nice stance and attitude, the nice wide shoulders that sit over the widened rear axle. The two-tone on Wraith gives it a more dynamic quality. There's a more arrow-like poignancy to the design expression with a two-tone. And it also gives the bespoke customer choice to really personalise their car to their tastes. I think my favourite quality of Wraith is this expressive gesture that comes from the window graphic and works through the coach door. And that works with this lovely sense of linear purpose from the shoulder line. It's almost like a bow and arrow. It's got this promise of potential, like the athlete in the blocks, ready to spring. And the quality of line that comes through that incisive linear shoulder line is a little bit more decadent. It's a little bit more expressive. It's a little bit more glamorous in a way. In my view, the most successful designs always come down to 3 or 4 lines.
The cabin is described as yacht-like. One look at the wood in the custom Starlight headliner, and you can only agree.
The car's a fastback, and we wanted this sort of recognition that it's a fastback when we sat in the car. So we have these 2 leather spars, and they have a sense of focusing your attention. This is reinforced by this band of wood that runs around, almost as if you're the arrow sat within a bow waiting to be fired, and this sense of urgency and dynamic. It all pulls your attention to where the car is going.
Where we've gone more contemporary is with the Canadell panelling. It's an open pore wood finish, so you don't have the lacquer on the veneer, so you can get very much a tactile feel of the grain. You feel very much more connected with the material. Down the centre line of the vehicle, we've got a beautiful book match that allows the grain on one side of the car to mirror on the other side of the car.
It also creates a sort of marvellous sense of cocooning and safety at the same time. What we've tried to do with the leather in Wraith is keep it as unfussy and as clean as possible, as seamless as possible.
When you touch the surface of the leather we'll use on Wraith, we want you to feel the suppleness of the leather itself. Staying true to the whole ethos of Royce, that you engineer for the customer what the customer needs, and then you try to make sure that is the very, very best of material that you can get your hands on, and that's what we do.
There's always this nervousness if somebody with a 2-door car offers you a lift. You expect to step into the back, into a compromised situation. Well, we don't do that. We keep going. So there's a sense that when you're in the back of this car, the indulgence continues. Comfort starts with the perfect position in the steering wheel, your sense of confidence, the sense of effortlessness, the position of the pedals and so on. And in this, we're absolutely uncompromising. There are some little indulgences. In the center of the car, the rotary controller is a little bit lavish. It's a crystal glass surface which allows people to enter things like addresses and telephone numbers by scribing with the finger. What for me is important, vitally important, is the promise of the exterior is delivered as a reality in the interior of the car. After all, one spends most of the time with a car inside it, driving it, living within it.
The front of the car is a recessed grille that isn't so in your face as the saloon models, and that's a welcome sight to me. It's no wonder that Rolls kept this one so tightly under wraps. Who knows when it's going to be available in the US, but in Europe, it'll be priced as a base model for $325,000. For the Drive Channel and thedrivechannel.com, I'm Michelle Rahal. More coming up from the Geneva Auto Show.